So now we're going to look at how you create master pages in ASP.NET. So they're very similar to a regular ASP.NET page, but there's some slight differences. So first of all, they start with, instead of page declaration, they start with the master declaration. So master page will typically contain headings, titles that you use across the whole website, navigation menus, and footers, and any kind of material that you want to appear on every page. And they will also contain placeholders for pieces of content that will be provided by the content pages. So they look similar to ASP.NET pages. They contain all the HTML tags that you need to use. They can also contain JavaScript if you need, and so on. They can control. They can also contain server controls, but you cannot display master page, so it's not possible to view it on its own. It must be. It's used only by the content pages as a template. So this would be an example how a master page looks like. So at the top you have this master declaration, very much similar to a page declaration. You specify the language. Do you want those page load functions to be executed? What is the C# code behind it? And the class that inherits from. So you see at the top, the first block is just a plain HTML. Then you have this ASP content placeholder element, which will be provided by the content page that inherits from this master page. And then there's again HTML that can contain RunNet server as well, doesn't really matter. And then you have this second placeholder. And now when you see how it's being composed, so we have a master page that defines a header, menu, and different page title. There's a central placeholder and footer, and there is a content page that that uses this master page. So that content page will provide those two pieces, and at the end the final page will be composed by two of them together. So you see this title will be provided from the page declaration, and this content piece will be provided by the content page itself. So at the end you will have a coherent HTML page that's being sent back to client. So they're very similar to ASP.NET pages, except they have different, they have master declaration, and they have extension, .master extension, to make them different. And they can also have this auto event wire up, code behind, class, all of that the same. They have form tags with RunNet server, just like any other ASP.NET page. And they have those content placeholders. So these are the pieces that will be changed. And typically they use of master pages is to provide a coherent structure. You can have nested master page, so you can have, say, a master page, global master page, but then when your user logs into say administrative panel, there will be a master page for administrative panel, and that can include some of the elements from the general master page and so on.